Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So my name is Muhammad HILMAN GHAZI bin Muhammad ZAIDI from BSE Software Engineering.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is MIRZA NABILAH binti MASRI. I am from BCA, Bachelor Computer Animation.
Today we will discuss about what is Islamophobia. Okay. So what is Islamophobia? Yes. So the Islamophobia is basically refers to the irrational fear, prejudice, discrimination against Islam and the Muslims. Okay. So the term itself was used in the 1980s. Some say the term was coined based on the framework of xenophobia, or we said xenophobia, okay, which means fear and hatred of foreigners.
Do you know that the first use of the term Islamophobia was a painter, Alphonse Sintianedine, and Algerian intellectual Hilman bin Ibrahim in their 1819? Although Fernando Bravo Lopez agreed that Dine and Ibn Hilman use of the term is criticism of the overly anti-Islamic attitude of the Belgian Orientalist Henry Lemans, who project Desi as a pseudo-scientific work with the hope of overthrowing Islam once and for all.
Okay, so actually I felt very surprised. I thought this Islamophobia is more the recent thing, or like the modern day thing, right? Also with the Palestine issue is on the rise right now because of the colonization of the Gaza, and also the Islamophobia thing is actually getting so much attention these days.
Is it although Islamophobia is not a new thing, with cases such as 9/11 and rising of Islamic militant group, it has gained significance, attention and prominence in recent years.
So since when and why did the Islamophobia is happen?
Well, actually, Islamophobia has a long historical background dating back centuries. Since the emergence of Islam in 7th centuries, the religion and its followers have faced discrimination and prejudice. It is because the Crusade in the Middle Age created hostility towards Muslims, portraying them as an enemy of Christianity. During the colonial era, European power justified their colonial ambitions by portraying Muslim as a backward and uncivilized. This narrative continued during the post-colonial era, with Muslim being stereotyped as a fanatic or terrorist. The event of 9/11, as I said last time, intensified Islamophobia, linking Islam with terrorism.
Okay, so from what I read, many historical events such as Spanish Inquisition, the Ottoman Empire, and the colonization of Muslims majority regions have shaped the negative perception of Islam in the West. So it is important to understand this historical in context in order to understand the roots of Islamophobia and works toward combating it. Okay, so where Islamophobia is always occurs, so people always ask us, right? So from what I see, we can see the Islamophobia is happening all over of the world, but it often happens in European and American countries. So the phenomenon of Islamophobia in today's era, I can think more intense with the amplification from national and international media, and even the social media, especially the facilitated finance with a very large amount of funds. Okay, this is the crazy fact. So an institution in Washington, America, which is the Council of American Islamic Relations, or CAIR, reported that between 2018 and 2011, there were 37 organizations in America that were funded around $119 million from various sources that dedicated themselves to promoting anti-Islam or Islamophobia in America.
Getting funded to hate speech is crazy. Can you imagine getting money just to spread lies and stereotype towards people?
Yeah, it is such a crazy concept to think in the first place. I very don't understand why this is such a thing when other religions doesn't do similar things. This is so unfair to us as Muslims.
Also, for your information, some of the organizations that involved in the Islamophobia move in America are such as SCLJ, American Center for Law and Justice, which contribute funding up to $34 million, and Gladstone Institute contribute funding amount to $2.2 million, and also CSP, Center of Security Policy, contribute a total of $1.9 million.
also to add to the fact that another like company which is MEF or Middle East Forum, it contributed funds around to the $1.5 million in order to promote the anti-Islam or Islamophobia campaign. So again, the concept of being funded to spread their speech is such an insane concept to think. These things should not be the norm in the society, let alone the big companies like this. So how do you think a person become an Islamophobic?
Sometimes the action of certain parties who blame Islam as the cause of violence that carry out by individual and group of extremists and terrorists is quite an unfair and one-sided argument when extremists exist across religion, culture and society. They need to understand that extreme action of these individual and groups are due to their misunderstanding of religion and the value that religion brings, and it's not just Islam doing this.
Now, how do we overcome Islamophobia? Okay, now the first thing first, to combat the Islamophobia, we need to enforce in education. So fostering the deep understanding of Islam can significantly contribute to diminishing unfounded fears and prejudice surrounding Islam. This involves gaining insights into the rich history of Islam, understanding its practices and also appreciating the values cherished by Muslims. Okay. And second is the doing interfaith dialogue. Interfaith dialogue is basically the dialogue between the followers. So in the Islam, Muslim between Muslims, something like that. So interfaith dialogue plays a pivotal role in dismantling misunderstandings and fostering open-mindedness towards diverse perspectives. Okay, this may involve participating in meetings, engaging in small group discussion, or having informal conversation with friends of various beliefs. And next is the addressing and questioning prejudice through constructive dialogue, or dialogue in this context is mean debate. So individuals exhibiting signs of Islamophobia may hold preconceived notions. So engaging in the thoughtful and respectful debate can offer a positive platform of discussion.
Those are such a good point. Also, another things that we can do is encouraging diversity and inclusivity can help encourage recognition that Islam is a part of diversity society. This can include promoting activity that show diversity, such as a multicultural event, promoting relationship between group and exploring different culture. Second, those individuals who actively promote interfaith friendship serve as a uplifting role model for society. Their effort contribute to fostering a deeper understanding of Islam, highlighting how diverse belief can serve to strengthen and enrich our collective social fabric. Okay, in certain countries, discrimination against Muslim and Islam in workplace or public space may be deemed unlawful. If you encounter discrimination, pursuing legal action could be a viable option to address the issue.
So, I think the steps to combat Islamophobia in the previous year that we said before, I think that is for another type of people. So different type of people may face different type of problems. So for instance, the way of non-Muslim and Muslims to combat the anti-Islam or Islamophobia movements is maybe totally not the same. Maybe they have the bit of similarities, but it's totally not the same. Muslims especially maybe have their own defense mechanism, right?
Absolutely. For us Muslim, there are something that we need to do, especially in order to defend our own religion. So as a Muslim, although it is often difficult, avoid confrontation with people who hold Islamophobia. Is it not easy to change people view quickly, and sometimes confrontation can make the situation worse. Instead, show a good attitude and speak calmly and politely. Don't allow yourself to get involved in emotional or corrective discussion. So the second is build a partnership. One good way to reduce Islamophobia is to build partnership with others. Look for opportunity to get involved in joint activity and project that can strengthen the relationship between Muslim and non-Muslim. This can help break down a stereotype and strengthen a sense of mutual understanding.
Another way to combat Islamophobia for us as a Muslim is to defend our Muslim identity. So when we face with the Islamophobia, it is really important to remain confident and defend your Muslim identity, right? So we don't need to feel ashamed or intimidated to show our identity, because we all have the right to defend our identity and our beliefs. And second, we need to be a role model. So we as a Muslim, we need to show our religion is good, our religion is kind, right? So we need to be a role model for others to show by showing a good attitude and tolerance. We need, for example, we need to invite others to learn more about Islam and Muslim culture by showing the good attitude and avoiding actions that harms others.
In conclusion, the examination of Islamophobia reveals its complex nature, roots in misconception, stereotype, and fear. By understanding its definition and delving into the causes, we can begin to dismantle the barrier that prejudicate discrimination. It is crucial to foster open dialogue, education, and cultural exchange to counteract Islamophobia. Through empathy and increases awareness, society can work toward creating an inclusive environment where diversity is celebrated and prejudice is replaced with understanding. That's all from us. Thank you.